You may close your eyes now. There is nothing here you need to hold together, nothing to solve, nothing to figure out before the night is over. You have carried the day long enough, and you are allowed now to set it down. I am not going to ask you to concentrate. I am not going to ask you to try. You may listen awake, you may listen drifting, you may fall asleep before I am finished, and if you do, that is not a failure, that is exactly the point. What matters will be received. So let the breath slow on its own. Let the shoulders sink. Let the day fall away from you, like a coat you no longer need to wear. And as you settle, I am going to tell you something I learned to be true, not as a theory, but as a law as dependable as any law in nature. What you feel in the moment you fall asleep is the prophecy of the day you will wake into. Not what you intend, not what you affirm, what you feel, the state you are actually in as consciousness crosses over into sleep. That feeling is the seed, and the night is the soil. Most people never learn this, and so they use the most creative hour of their lives against themselves. They lie down and rehearse the day's defeat. They count what they do not have. They argue one last time with someone who is not in the room. They feel as they drift off exactly like a person to whom life is hard. And then they wake, and life meets them as hard, and they call it reality. They were praying the whole time. They simply did not know what they were praying for. Tonight you are going to do something different. Tonight you are going to fall asleep in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, in the quiet, settled feeling of one who is already provided for. And you are going to let that feeling be the last thing you carry across the threshold into sleep. Let me tell you why the threshold matters so much. Because this is the part almost no one understands. All through the day, there is a guard at the door of your deeper mind, reason, the watchman. He examines everything you try to accept as true, and he turns away whatever contradicts the evidence of your senses. You say, I am wealthy, and he looks at the bank, and he says, no, that is not true, look at the facts. And he turns the assumption away at the gate. But as you sink towards sleep, the watchman grows drowsy. His objections weaken, the senses release their grip, the arguing mind goes quiet. And in that drowsy borderland, that state between waking and sleep, whatever you feel slips past the guard and sinks into the deeper mind, where it is received without argument and begins quietly to arrange itself into the world you will meet. That is why this hour is sacred, not because anything dramatic happens, because the gate is open, and what you carry through an open gate becomes the instruction. So we are not going to force anything tonight. We are not going to strain for vivid pictures or long dramas. The deeper mind does not require complexity. It requires feeling. One quiet, genuine feeling of the end already reached, carried gently into sleep. Now, let the body grow heavier. Wherever you are lying, let the bed take your full weight. You do not have to hold any part of yourself up anymore. Let the jaw loosen. Let the space between your eyebrows soften. Let the breath move on its own, a little slower with each pass, as though something in you has finally decided it is safe to rest. If your shoulders are lifted, even slightly, let them drop. Let them fall, as though you are setting down a weight you have been carrying so long you forgot it was there. And with each breath out, let a little more of the day leave you. There is nothing to defend here, nothing to prove. You are simply settling, the way still water settles when no one disturbs it. Now, into that stillness, let one feeling begin to form. Not a picture you have to build, a feeling you allow. The feeling of having enough. Imagine, lightly, no effort, that you are holding a single sheet of paper. It has weight, it has texture between your fingers. You do not need to see every detail, just enough to know it is there. and you understand without surprise that this paper confirms your security, your provision, that there is more than enough. You do not feel shock. You do not feel disbelief. You feel the way you feel about something already settled, calm, matter-of-fact, ordinary. Your eyes move across it, and the quiet relief moves through your chest. The relief of a burden set down. The breath goes deeper without your trying. The shoulders soften again. And quietly, not as a plea, but simply as a recognition of what is, you say within, "Thank you." Let that fade now, the way images soften as sleep draws near. You do not have to hold it. A tight hand cannot receive. Let the hand open, and let another quiet feeling rise in its place. You are somewhere peaceful. Someone whose voice you trust is near you. You do not need to see their face, only to hear the warmth in the voice. And they say to you simply, with complete certainty, as though it is the most natural thing in the world, "You are completely secure now." Not hopeful, not surprised, certain. And you receive it the way you receive something you already knew was true. There is no leaping, no excitement, only that quiet inward nod. Yes, of course. And the small, settled smile that comes when something is finished and you no longer have to brace against the world. And again, softly, within, "Thank you." Now I want you to feel how natural this is, because the reason it works is that you are not reaching for something far away. You are simply remembering what is already true of you underneath the noise of the day. Wealth in its truest form is not the number. The number is only the shadow. The true wealth is this, the absence of bracing, the breath that finally goes all the way down, the mind that has stopped scanning the horizon for the next threat, the quiet knowing that you are supported, that you do not have to fight life for your place in it. That is the state, and you are in it now. Feel it settle into the body, the loosened jaw, the heavy limbs, the slow breath. The body does not respond to argument, it responds to state. And as the body softens into the feeling of being provided for, the deeper mind is receiving it, taking it as true, beginning to build from it. You are not trying to become wealthy. You are resting as the one who already is. And because you are resting in it, you are planting it. Now the mind may stir. It may ask the old question, but how? How could this happen from where I am? Let that question pass. Do not answer it. Do not argue with it. Let it drift by like a cloud and come back to the feeling. Because the how was never yours to carry. The how is built by a wisdom deeper than your reasoning, the deeper mind, which moves people you do not know, arranges meetings you could not foresee, opens doors you did not know existed, and does it all so naturally that when it arrives, you will call it ordinary. To ask how is only to step back outside the gate, into the state of the one who does not yet have. And you are no longer outside. You have already come in. You have already taken your seat at the table. So you do not bargain, you do not plead, you do not demand the route. You simply rest in the end, and let the world catch up in its own time. Let the breath be slower still. I am going to give you a few words now, and I want you to let them fall into you, not as a command, but the way a familiar phrase falls, softly, repeating, like something rocking you down towards sleep. It is done. Not it will be, not someday. It is done. Let the body believe it. Let the shoulders drop on it. I am. Not I will be, just the bare, quiet sense of being, before you attach anything to it. The simple awareness that says, I am, steady underneath every thought. That awareness is the creative power. That is the ground everything is built on. Thank you. Not because you are asking, because you are receiving. It is done. I am. Thank you. Let those three move through you slowly now, with the breath, the way a tide moves, in and out and in again. You do not have to repeat them yourself. You do not have to hold on to them. Let them pass through you and leave their feeling behind. And if the old inner speech returns tomorrow, and it may, out of habit, you will know what to do. When you catch yourself saying, "I can't afford it," you will not fight the thought. You will simply, gently turn back, the way you would turn your face toward the light instead of the wall, and you will let it become, "I am always provided for." When you catch, "It never works out for me," you will let it become, "I am the one for whom it works." Not as a struggle, as a turning. You are not fighting the old state. You are starving it by feeding the new one. And every time you return, the new state grows a little more natural, a little more like home, until one day it is simply who you are, and the old fear feels like a stranger at the door. But that is tomorrow. There is nothing to do about tomorrow now. For now, there is only this. The body, heavy and safe. The breath, slow and easy. The room growing distant, the way the shore grows distant from a boat that has been gently let loose to drift. And the one quiet feeling you are carrying down with you into sleep, the feeling of being provided for, the feeling of enough, the feeling of a burden at last set down. Let it be the last garment you put on as you cross over into the night. If sleep is near, let it take you. If you drift out and back again, let that happen too. Each time you return, the feeling is still here, waiting for you like a home. You have lost nothing. The last feeling is the one that is planted, and the last feeling is this: it is done. I am. Thank you. Rest now. The seed is in the ground. The deeper mind has received it, and it is already, quietly, beginning to build. You do not have to watch it. You do not have to help it. You only have to sleep, and let what you have accepted within become, in its own appointed hour, the world you wake into. Sleep well, and wake into it.